And Lewis Hamilton has a 3-place grid drop for tomorrow's race, and that at Monaco is really going to hurt him.
We spoke afterwards in the pen with him. He was disappointed because the overall weekend has been good. He was talking about getting used to the Ferrari. He has never driven in Monaco before with the Ferrari, and he was comparing it with Charles Leclerc, who of course has a lot more experience with the Ferrari here in Monaco. So of course Leclerc had that advantage compared to Lewis Hamilton. Afterwards we spoke with him, but also with Max Verstappen, who both got to the stewards. Lewis Hamilton was quite clear. He got told over the radio that he had to slow down first for Max Verstappen. Then they said that Max was on a slow lap. So Lewis wasn't to blame. Ferrari was to blame. Was somewhat similar of what Max said. He defended Lewis, that Lewis couldn't do anything about it. But Max said as well that I've had a grid penalty of 1 place for even not impeding someone. So if they are consistent, there has to be a grid penalty. And yeah, he was not advertising for a penalty for Lewis Hamilton, but it was quite clear that it would be fair to have a penalty for Lewis Hamilton now after all the penalties that he's gotten so far.
It was McLaren versus Ferrari and not McLaren versus Red Bull. So what is the reaction from McLaren?
Yeah, the media session with Andrea Stella got out of hand quite quickly again, because we were talking about apples, pears, how you say pears in England, because Andrea Stella called it pears yesterday. And according to all the British journalists, maybe some of the viewers also acknowledge, is that the saying in England is apples and oranges. Then we got to the Spanish one, and he was saying like, we have apples and bananas as the comparison. So we had a lot of talk about fruit. Coming back to the point, McLaren is very happy. Why? Because they're quick on the Apple circuits, the circuits medium speed with high speed. They're quick on the peers, where Red Bull is maybe a little bit quicker when there's more high speed, like Suzuka. And then we had the Peaches, who were the low speed circuits, and they weren't quite sure. They thought Ferrari would have the benefit there, but McLaren was on pole again. And in that whole fruit collection that we have right now, McLaren is always there in terms of the championship. Very good news for McLaren at the moment.
Did Max say anything about his chances of being in pole position? He's got the penalty for Lewis, but do you think he was ever in contention for P1?
No, according to him, not. And I think if you look at the timing sheets, 7/10, that's a little bit too big. Max said there was no chance of pole position in here. But Max said as well, it's only one race. I have to score points here. I only won 2 times here in Monaco and won 4 championships. So it's not the championship deciding race here in Monaco. It really is an outlier. I don't think Max really makes a big thing out of P4 here in Monaco. He's still there. He can score a lot of points and maybe come onto the podium with a good strategy as well.